Well, President Donald Trump starts week 2 in office, and the guy still has time to congratulate all of us here in Kansas City, and you love to see
Such a nice man.
On social media last night, his Truth Social account dropping after the Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills here in Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium. Donald Trump got in the mix, and the president put out on social media, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. What a great team. Coach, quarterback, and virtually everything else, including those fantastic fans that voted for me, parentheses, MAGA, in record numbers. How does he know that, by the way? How does he know that Chiefs fans voted in record numbers? I'm genuinely curious. I think it's more of a Trumpism, which I'm totally fine with, but it's hilarious. Likewise, congratulations, he writes, to the Buffalo Bills on a tremendous season. They will do a lot of winning long into the future. Well, they will, unless they have to play the Chiefs in the playoffs, in which case they probably won't. But either way, very nice gesture from Donald Trump there last night.
Such a nice man.
And I look at that and I say to myself, okay, why do I think he put that in the post? What was the motivation for Donald Trump there? You know, Trump doesn't forget. Trump holds grudges probably longer than he should, but it's also what makes him very good at what he does, right? If he doesn't hold those grudges, he's probably not getting through the last 4 years of chaos like he did and getting himself back to the White House. If Trump didn't hold grudges, he probably just sails off into the sunset after 2020 and says, you know, I'm in my mid-70s. I gave it my best shot. The Washington, D.C. swamp hates me. I've got maybe 5-10 good years that I can really enjoy my life. I'm going to go play some golf and just let it go. Donald Trump being a grudge holder led him back to the White House, and the country's better off for it. Let's be very clear. And I think that his grudge here and his indirect shot is at Taylor Swift. Because as Taylor Swift is standing there at midfield, cheering on Travis Kelce and the team, it was a reminder to Donald Trump that, you know what? I'm sitting here in the White House. I'm putting this on social media. I am sticking it to Taylor Swift in an indirect way. We'll never forget Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris in one of the worst political endorsements of all time, especially because she did it in part because of Tim freaking Walz. It would have been one thing to just endorse Kamala, but in her explanation, she backed it up by talking about how great a VP pick Tim Walz was, of all people. Tim Walz may go down as one of the worst VP picks in modern American history. So with that, I think Trump was doing a little wink, wink, nod, nod to Taylor Swift and saying, don't forget, those fans out there, they voted for me. Now, that being said, they showed Taylor on the Jumbotron last night at the stadium, which they never do. And I believe that's because they carried the CBS feed after the postgame. And it was more of a CBS decision than it was a Chiefs decision at that point. But when Travis was on the big screen, they panned to Taylor Swift. And she got a big round of applause. It wasn't like Mahomes, Kelce, Reed, Clark Hunt applause, but she got a nice round of applause. And to me, I took that moment as not political. I thought it was a nice moment. And I looked at it and I said, you know what? This is what sports does. It brings us together in a way really nothing else can in this country, which is why it's so important that these sports leagues stay apolitical and why they all have made major mistakes over the last few years, some leagues more than others. The NBA, I don't know if it's ever going to recover. Now, the sport has a lot of problems beyond its politics. It's got problems with the game itself, but the sports that were less political have handled things better the last few years and have bounced back in a bigger way. You're seeing that with the NFL, case in point. But sports at its best is not political. Sports at its best transcends politics. It's the last thing that we really have or should have in America today that doesn't need to be political. And for those of you on the text line screaming about, well, these guys, you played the Mahomes clip about God earlier. Well, that's not political. If you think your faith is political, then you're way out in left field. It is not political when Patrick Mahomes says this.
We knew it would come down to the wire. How do you even describe this opportunity at hand?
I mean, first off, I want to give all glory to God. Without him, none of this is possible, and I truly mean that. And I'm just so proud of my teammates, man, how they responded. That was a great football team, and I'm just lost for words. I'm excited for New Orleans.
If that is your idea of a political statement, then you got to look in the mirror because you're the one who's getting triggered too easily. Sports can bring Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes together and hugging each other when we know they voted very different ways. Mark and I are sitting there with, 80,000 of our closest friends. You know whose name never came up last night? As I'm listening to chatter all over the stadium? Donald Trump's, Kamala Harris's. No one cares. When you're high-fiving random people at a game, hey, wait, hold on. Who'd you vote for? Well, pump the brakes. Who'd you vote for? You don't care. Sports has an ability to bring us together in a way that Hollywood and basically every other form of media and entertainment can't anymore. There's a reason that the Oscar ratings, Grammy ratings, the Golden Globes got 10 million people a couple of weeks ago. This game last night, I haven't seen the viewership numbers, but I'm guessing it's going to be north of 50 million. The Super Bowl is going to do 100 million. Celebrating America, as we did last night before the game with the national anthem and our buddy Jernald Wilson, celebrating athletic greatness, not having politics at its core, is a win for television. It was a big win for CBS last night. It's a great win for sports fans. And for Donald Trump, he watches that game and he says to himself, you know what, just a reminder there, Taylor. I'm here. I got 76 million people behind me. I won a popular vote. I steamrolled in the Electoral College, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And Mark did go viral last night when he posted a photo from the stadium of Taylor Swift. So good on you there, Mark. The Swifties got your back. And I will say this, we'll have some fun with Taylor, and we hope she's enjoying her time here in town, and hopefully they're still hanging out. Hopefully they didn't already bolt for New York or something like that. But there's a lot of people who just don't like Taylor or maybe judge her because of her political beliefs. I don't. I think her politics are obviously wrong. But I will say, you see a lot of videos like this that pop up around the internet and around social media. And I believe they're very likable moments for Taylor Swift. Here is one of them last night of Taylor Swift where she's just walking around the field with Travis after the win. And Travis walks up to Chiefs legend and NFL Hall of Famer Bobby Bell. And take a listen to how Taylor greets Bobby Bell.
Bobby, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You guys did something right that nobody else can do. One of the greatest to ever play the game.
All right, cut it off right there, please. Hey, so nice to meet you. I'm Taylor. Yeah, we know. Right? We know.
Bobby Bell might be one of the few people in America that doesn't know who she is.
Well,
though.
maybe. I suppose it's possible. It's entirely, you're right, Mark. But either way, the important part of it is not whether or not Bobby Bell knows who Taylor Swift is. The point is, and you see videos like this is not unique, where she meets people, and to her credit, she just says, hey, I'm Taylor. Like she's the wag of Travis Kelce, and she's not actually a bigger star who also is richer than he is, John.
I'm with you. I'll defend number 78, though. I think Bobby Bell's been one of the more active Chiefs alumni over the years and out and about, has his health enough to be out as much as anybody has ever has.
Yeah, okay.
At his age.
So you're saying Bobby knows her?
I would think he's got an idea, even if he just found out last night when he walked in.
Wait, he's dating who?
Yeah.
You're right. No, I will give him the benefit of the doubt there as well. But no matter what, she walks up to somebody and says, hey, I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you. That's admirable.
Yeah, exactly.
At a time when a lot of people get caught up in their own world, their own fame, and their own fortune, they won't act like that. Trust me, I have met people far less famous, like way less famous, exponentially less famous than Taylor Swift. and they'll act big time on you. They'll act big time to your significant other.
Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm sure it must be.
Yeah.
You
Trust
get
me.
those, yeah.
You get them.
I've met more than a few.
And they are not anywhere close to being at Taylor Swift's
It's usually
level.
the ones that don't quite deserve that either.
Yeah.
To your point about Taylor being affable.
I mean, it's stupid things like when I'm at the Polar Plunge on Saturday. People come up and I say, "Hey, I'm Pete. Nice to meet you." And they're like, "I know." I'm like, "Okay, well, what do you want me to say?" I mean,
Yeah.
I never assume. I mean, and I just do this little radio show in Kansas City. She's Taylor Swift, and she's doing that to people. That is something that no matter how you look at her from a political perspective, and I use the word misguided. That is something that when it comes to character, you can't fake that. The cameras weren't rolling. It was someone's random cell phone who happened to catch this moment between Taylor, Travis, and Bobby Bell. And it says a lot about a person with how they react and how they introduce themselves in a moment like that. And that I can absolutely get behind. 913-408-7957. It's 9:16 on a Victory Monday morning. We've got time for you. If you want to hop in, because, of course, I know a lot of you are maybe just rolling out of bed after celebrating a little too hard last night. I admit that 4 o'clock alarm hit a little hard this morning. All right? Hit a little hard. But we're here for you till 10 o'clock. Kevin Keatsman takes over then on 95.7 FM KCMO Talk Radio.